Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing and pressing that like button. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to find an apartment and choosing an apartment and the various apps that you can use from your home country to select and book your apartment before leaving. So, welcome back to Empowered RN. So, when you're leaving on a program, if you're a nurse or a teacher or anyone, I can speak for my nurses and I'm going to open up my program a bit more to have a better reach. You're supposed to find your apartment and you'll get based on the area that you're going into. You're told to find an apartment and find an apartment suitable for you and your family, or if you're coming here by yourself. So how do you do that? Now I'm here to give you some tips and advice that when you're searching for an apartment, there are some tips that you need. So first you need to search around. Don't just look for an apartment and just say, oh, I looked at this one, this is a good one. And in looking for an apartment, you need to use the various apps. So some apps I'm going to drop here that you can use includes Zillow, Apartment Finder, Furniture Finder, and I'm going to put the rest of them down here. And you can look at Hot Pads and some other one. There are 10 of them, and I'm going to put them in my comment section and you can look at them. So use these apps to help you to find your apartments. So when you're looking for these apartments, make sure that you look for amenities. So the first thing that you need to do is look if you want a one bedroom or a two bedroom. Compare your prices. Very important to compare your prices. Look at the price for a one bedroom or a two bedroom, and you'll have to look at amenities. Now, some apartments that you'll actually find, they will come with a stove and a refrigerator. Some apartments will only come with a stove and you may have to find your refrigerator. Now, if you are coming here and you don't want some of those expenses on you as yet, you make sure to put in amenities. You can put in fully furnished, mean that you're going to get a full furnished apartment, or not so furnished or non-furnished, meaning that you're going to get the standard, which is that some apartments will let you have your refrigerator, will come with a refrigerator, a stove, and some may or may not have washing machines and dryer. For those apartments that will not come with washing machines and dryer, you will have a space for it. So when you get here, you have to find your own dryer and machine. Now, if you're going to choose something like that you want a space where you get just the basic, and probably that space does not have a washer or a dryer, when you're looking at amenities, you're going to also put in that the apartment offer services such as washing and drying instead of you going on the road or finding a laundromat that is more accessible. So those are some of the stuff that you also need to look at. No, some apartments they will go in terms of their pricing. If they're going to give you one without washer and dryer, you know that the pricing may be less. While if they're giving you one with a washer and dryer, the pricing may be a little bit more. No, the second thing that you need to watch when you're looking at your amenities, so you just tick off the things that you want, whether you want pool in your apartment. Some apartments come with that. You want a pool area, you want gym facilities that you don't have to go off your apartment to get those. You can stick those, and the different apps will find you the different locations with that. The next thing that you can also do is to put in the cost range that you're looking at. Research the standard rates for rent and put in what you're going to be looking at. Before you make your choice, you need to factor in the pay that you're going to be receiving. Make a little mini budget at home and think of all the different expenses that you will incur. I can give you a little example. Before I chose my apartment, I asked about light and utilities, whether it's separate or it's one. They told me how it was, and I called the company and I asked them, and I did this from home in Jamaica, and I asked them, what is the average of utilities that we should expect to pay when coming based on the area that I was in, and that is your average of what most people pay, and you can factor that into your budget. So we were speaking about when choosing your apartment, making a budget and putting in these apps your costs, what you're looking for, and the amenities that you're willing to pay for. Now, if you go online and you put in the amenities and you realize this price range really carried you over your budget, look at what you're willing to pay for and what you're not willing to pay for, and how best you can live without those services. The next thing that you probably need to look at includes that some people may want a balcony. Yes, so when you come here, you have to pay for that. Some places, whether you have a balcony or not, or a balcony, you actually pay for that. So some people may click no balcony or balcony. So you can put in the specifics. Another area that you need to pay close attention to is the square feet. You're actually paying for that because the bigger the apartment, the bigger the price. Look at how big the rooms are and look at the square feet. So some sites that you actually go on, you're actually going to see that the prices vary. You may see like a two bedrooms showing different prices, but guess what? One may have a study area and one may have a little open area, which makes the square feet probably different. So pay attention to that and pay attention to what you're willing to pay for. The next thing that I'm encouraging you to do, when you find these apartments and you see pictures, remember these are pictures to make the apartment look good, and these are actual pictures that they will show you to. Go in their gallery and look at pictures. That's where they show you the actual pictures. Look at the rooms, and you can actually use a tool where you can get a 360 view of the different apartments so you can see the space that you're working with. Look in their gallery and look on the pictures of the apartments of every era. The next thing that you're going to do too is that you can use Google Maps. Make that your best friend. So for me also, I utilize Google Maps from back home to view my apartment, to see how it looked on the outside too, and to see the distance that it was from where I was working and the different places that I may travel to. And you can do that too. And I'm encouraging you guys to do that. Now, the next thing that is a very, very important factor, read your reviews. Now, you may find a place that looks exceptional, excellent. When you go to the reviews, that's where you find the truth. Now, let me share one experience that I had. I found a lovely place, exquisite, lovely, had everything that I needed. But when mams touched the review, it was distasteful. They were talking about management not responding. If you don't want to deal with late responses, or if you don't want to deal with cockroaches, all of that, everybody was just through the reviews going like that. And when I'm doing my reviews, I also look at the repetition. If everybody's talking about management, something might be wrong. Everybody talking about pest control, something wrong. So those are the things that you have to pay attention to, what people are saying, because hey, these are the people that lived here before you. I know, I get it. It's a business, and you have people out there that will try to distribute someone and their business. But if countless people are giving you the same things over and over, it is true. So that is what you use to guide your response or to guide your decision. The next thing too, once you find these apartments and you feel that you're comfortable with it, if you know persons that are living in the area or close by, reach out to them. Many of your individuals that came up have some their groups that they're in. You can reach out to persons and say, hey, I found this in this area. Is this a good choice? Do you think it would be good? And you can make your decisions from that. The next thing that you need to be aware of, that when you're using these apps and you found your apartment and you already know to get in touch with management, you're going to be getting a price, you're going to need your down payment and all of that, and some companies actually assist you with that in terms of your down payment. Always remember that you can negotiate. You can. So all those skills that you heard that nursing have, and we always put them on our resume, you can negotiate with them and see how best you can gauge how much you pay. Now, if you're doing your negotiation and you realize, all right, they're saying this is it, you know, you can't negotiate any further. And sometimes too, you have to look at the market too. If you find one that is really good, but it's maybe too pricey for you, shop around, but shop around quickly, because I can tell you the moment that you hang up that phone and you go somewhere else and you're looking, somebody else call and book that apartment already. So make sure when you're doing your research, you're doing multiple at one time and you're choosing or narrowing down to a top 5 or top 2, and you call and make sure that this is the one that you're comfortable with. So I just listed with you the different how to find your apartment, different tips and advices that you need to use, and making the best use of it in terms of reading your reviews, negotiating, utilizing Google Maps, and using that 360 view to view your apartment, knowing the amenities that you want, the ones that you're willing to live without, and the ones that you're willing to pay for. Also, the apartment finders apps that I'm going to be listing below. I'm going to list 10 of them and you can go through them. I've used some of them already. I think I've used Zillow already and that was pretty good. And you can just go through them and you can compare on the different apps in terms of prices and you can determine which one you want to use. The next thing I'm going to let you know is that you can also, when you're on these apps, you can gauge your prices that you're willing to work with, starting from lowest to highest or from highest to low. Also, please bear in mind that many of these facilities that you're looking for, what brings your prices to higher price ranges includes the amenities, state of the art, modern facilities. That's what you're paying for. Factor in that budget. Call around for the necessary expenses that you think you may incur and plan ahead and determine the best fit for you and your family. Also, always remember that if distance and transportation is going to be a factor for you, factor in that. How well you're willing to drive to and from work and to drive to other areas that may be in your unit. Now, if you like what I've just presented and the information that I have given, you can press that like button and subscribe for more. If you think there are some more advices I could have listed, drop them in the comment section. I will read them. Thank you so much for watching and keep following Empowered RN. Thank you.